Well, hey everyone, this is Neil with your Tuesday update. I've been hearing that there are questions on our regathering plan, so I wanted to take a few minutes to address those questions that you have. First of all, our regathering plan is posted on our website at www.forwardchurchfamily.com. If it does not automatically pop up, then look at the top of the page and you'll see a yellow bar that says Regathering Plan. Now, when you click on that and you scroll through it, you'll find that there are a ton of details, a lot of things to read that I'm going to share about today because I want you to know about it. But basically, Governor Holcomb has laid out a 5-phase plan for reopening the state. And we are currently in phase 3 of that plan, which allows for a limit of 100 people gathering in a large group while following social distancing guidelines. So churches have been given approval to gather immediately as long as we practice social distancing. But Forward Church has decided to follow the gathering guidelines from the governor's 5-phase plan. And with the phases that are planned and with everyone's health and safety in mind, we very prayerfully plan to reopen for worship service beginning Sunday, June 14th. That's when we're going to regather. This will give us time to prepare our teams and the building for meeting the CDC guidelines, as well as time for everyone to mentally prepare for gathering once again in a large setting. This also gives time to observe how the phasing is progressing and hopefully prevent us from needing to close again should a setback occur in the governor's plan. So we're watching it all really closely. And to say we're excited to worship together with you once again is a huge understatement. We can't wait to gather again. But we also want to be as prayerful and as careful as possible so that we can open the right way and the safe way for all of our people and for all of our guests. So what does this mean for our Forward Church family? What does that look like? Well, we're going to have a limited opening Sunday, June 14th with a worship service at 10:30 a.m. It's limited because not everyone can come at this time, but the doors will open at 10 a.m. that day, and we'll ask you to please follow social distancing as you enter and exit the building. We are asking everyone to pre-register through our website for the service. That's in order to limit crowd size based on our seating capacity and our social distancing requirements that we do have. So pre-registration will be available on the Monday prior to the service that you will attend. That means registration for the June 14th worship service will open up on June 8th. You'll need to pre-register through our website for everyone in your family to reserve them a seat, and then we'll block out the 3 seats on either side of you for social distancing. All seating will be on a first come, first served basis, so make sure you get in there and get your seats reserved. And it's imperative that everyone pre-registers so that no one has to be turned away due to overcapacity or due to unsafe social distancing. We want to make sure that we're prepared for you. So please pass the word on that, especially to guests that you invite to get pre-registered through the website beginning June 8th. Once the 10:30 a.m. service is full, we'll begin a waiting list and we will consider adding a second service. If there are enough pre-registered reservations requested that would meet a minimum of 25% capacity, then a second service will be added and we would have that second service at 2 p.m. on Sunday. The need for a second service, again, will only be decided on a week-by-week basis depending on pre-registrations and our capacity. And with that, with our capacity, volunteers have been working hard on expanding the worship center into the back warehouse space so that we can utilize another 2,000 square feet to spread out and social distance during the service. This allows us to add more seating capacity with the social distancing guidelines. Listen, if you can help give to make that happen, go to our website and click on Chest of Joash and donate, and you would help us to expand that space. We're also going to ask you when you come to bring your own mask and hand sanitizer. We're taking donations for that. If you want to donate masks and hand sanitizer, we'd be glad to take those as well so we could have plenty to give out to people as there is need. The second Sunday of each month, when we take Holy Communion together, we'll have prepackaged communion only. You'll be able to pick that up on your way in. We'll have a table set up with those spaced out on the table so that you can grab your communion supplies as you come in to worship. There will be no bulletins handed out with giving. We're so thankful for your generosity, and as always, you can give through online giving, text to give, and you'll still be able to give through the giving boxes. But if you've not signed up for online giving, we want to encourage you to do that. It's a very easy process through forwardchurchfamily.com/giving, or you can email Lisa at forwardchurchfamily.com, and she'd be glad to help you get that set up. When you arrive in the parking lot, there'll be volunteers out there to direct you to where you can park. And once you're in the parking lot, you can park wherever you want. You don't have to park every other space. But just please remember to follow social distancing guidelines as you walk through the parking lot to and from it. There'll be greeters there. They'll be wearing masks and they'll have gloves. They'll be holding the door open for you. There'll be no handshakes, fist bumps, or hugs. Sorry, but we can't do that. We're going to do the best we can to ensure everyone is healthy and safe and social distancing. And through the atrium, we'll clearly identify the entrance and the exit. We'll have the doors open for you, so no one will have to open a door. We'll have tape marks on the floor to assist in social distancing and to help you know the flow of which direction to go, what doors to go in, what doors to go out. And we just want to do our best to help you. With the service starting at 10:30 a.m., the registration will be the pre-registration, and then again we'll have a 2 o'clock if it's filled up and if we have the need for that, and we'll do our best to help you out. There's not going to be any coffee served. Again, it's just going to look so different. It's going to be different, but we can't wait to gather and make the best of it. We're going to have ushers helping you find your seat and where you signed up for so that you can get to the seat that you reserved. Do want to let you know about baptisms. We always look forward to encourage you to follow the example of Jesus in believers' baptism. And we want you to know that the baptistry will be sanitized before and after every baptism. The baptisms will be done on an individual basis for this time being. There'll be no multiple baptisms in one day unless you're in the same family together. And we'll also be available to do private baptisms if you're more comfortable with that. But we encourage you, as always, to follow the example of Jesus in believers' baptism. Children age and school age, there's going to be no nursery or childcare provided. We're encouraging families to worship and sit together. It's going to be a family-style service. The governor suggested no nursery or childcare until school resumes in the fall. So we're watching that closely, and we're going to make adjustments as new guidelines come out for that. So with the ministries, there'll be no 4Kids or Propel Middle or Propel High or home groups or Bible studies gathering in person at this time. We do have options available online for you. Please check those out. There's a women's Bible study, a men's Bible study. There's great resources from our 4Kids and Propel ministries. I've been hearing great things about all of those, and you can still connect to those through our website. So I highly encourage you to do that. Those men's and women's studies, and I've heard great things about them. I want you to know that we'll be cleaning the church before and between and after all services. We'll wipe down tables, we'll spray chairs, we'll wipe the doorknobs and handles and all equipment, and just encourage you to donate if you can. Sanitizer, wipes, Lysol, we'll take those types of things. Our water fountains will be closed. You will not be able to drink out of those, but we will have bottled water available if you would need water when you're here. And hand sanitizer will be spread out everywhere on tables, countertops, wherever we can put it. We'll have hand sanitizer available for you. Again, if you can donate some of that to the church so we have extra, that would be great. With the restrooms, 2 people will be allowed in the restroom at a time. 1 sink will be closed off to allow for social distancing, so you're not standing side by side. The restrooms will be cleaned before and after each service. So basically the atrium, the worship center, and the restrooms will be the only spaces available as we begin to gather back. The rest of the building will be closed so that we can keep things clean. And I know that's a ton of information. So please go to the website, read the document if you're unclear on anything. It's a living document. It's going to be changing as things change, but we can't wait to gather again. And we certainly want to let you know that we understand that some of you are not yet comfortable with gathering yet. This might just seem overwhelming, and maybe you're just not ready, or maybe you're over 65, or you have concerns or health issues. If so, we just want to strongly recommend that you remain at home, watch our online service at 10:30 a.m. It'll continue as it has for the last several weeks online. However, that online service, I want you to know, is simply an aid in times of need. It's not a replacement for the gathering of the church body together. It's going to be great heading into the future to reach new people and to allow us flexibility when we can't make it to church, but we can't wait to actually gather again as God tells us to do. Meanwhile, I want to close real quickly by encouraging you. I've heard great things about how you guys are being the church. You've created go bags for Nomad Church Collective to give to those in need. You've taken food to families. You've helped others financially. You've done drive-by birthday celebrations. You've prayed for each other. You have studied together online. And I love that God's church never closes, because His church is each and every one of you. So keep being the church. Keep serving others. Keep being generous, keep being faithful, and when we get to gather together again to worship Jesus, it'll be so sweet and so worth the wait.